10 years ago, a little movie called The Amazing Spider-Man 2 premiered at theaters, and it was something to say the least.
And in this episode, we're going to see how Sony can be very, very greedy and why Spider-Man just doesn't work with Sony. This is
The complicated history of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Chapter 1: The Announcement. Sometime after working on the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, Sony announced a sequel, and in March 2011, they hired James Vanderbilt to write the script. In 2012, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone announced that they will return to their characters as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. Also, it's worth mentioning that those two were contracted to make a third one, but we'll talk about that later. Then, throughout 2012 to 2013, several cast members were announced, like Jamie Foxx, Dane DeHaan, Chris Cooper were announced to be part of the cast, and some rumors were speculating that J.K. Simmons could return as J. Jonah Jameson, which he last played in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 in 2007.
However, one particular cast member joined the cast, and that was Shailene Woodley to play Mary Jane Watson in 2012, and even got some shots filmed by March 2013. But by June, she was cut out of the film to make more of a Gwen and Peter storyline. As for Shailene, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was a smart move.
Chapter 2: The Filming. On February 3rd, 2013, the director, Mark Webb, posted on Twitter, or X, that they began filming with a 35mm camera, an odd choice instead of using a digital camera, and it was also stated that it would be the first Spider-Man film entirely shot in the New York state. But with some upsides, there were some problems. The VFX team had to work on film instead of going digital, and it took nearly a year. Nonetheless, filming wrapped on June 25th, 2013. And then it was the final touches, like making it post-converted to 2D to 3D, and it was mixed in Dolby Atmos and RO 11.1 in the William Holton Theater. And thus, the movie was completed, and they just had to wait for that 2014 release. Chapter 3: The Release. When the film released on May 2nd, 2014, it was accompanied with a mid-credit X-Men Days of the Future Past teaser after it premiered in London on April 10th, 2014, and a Tokyo premiere on March 31st, 2014. The reason why the Days of the Future Past teaser showed up is because Mark Webb signed a deal with 20th Century Fox, the film rights to the X-Men franchise, for them to show up for a teaser trailer for a new reboot-ish thing. As for critics and audiences, it was mostly 50-50, but the main reason is that they try to play it too safe after the dark reboot-ish thingy of the first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Money-wise, they did okay, making $91.6 million opening weekend, $202 million domestically, and $709 million worldwide, even if it had some tough competition like Captain America the Winter Soldier, Neighbors, and the Lego Movie. So overall, it did okay. But a couple months later is where everything went wrong.
Chapter 4: The Aftermath. In 2013, they announced an Amazing Spider-Man 3, most likely to come in 2016, and a fourth film possibly considering a 2018 release. But remember what the mouse says. If you give a mouse a cookie, he wants some milk. If he gets the milk, he wants an entire spin-off franchise with a 2-part Sinister Six movie, Black Cat, Spider-Man 2099, and the only one to ever release, Venom. So don't trust the mouse. But in December 2013, Andrew Garfield and Mark Webb said that they were unlikely to make a third movie.
However, later that same year, something happened, which is the Sony email hack. Of course. It all started because of a movie called The Interview, which is set in North Korea, and it probably pissed off North Korea. And it revealed too much stuff from their emails. Some of them included Gwen Stacy being resurrected as Carnage in The Amazing Spider-Man 4, asking Sam Raimi if his Spider-Man can face off their Spider-Man, and the major one, asking Disney if they can include Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. But at the end of the day, Sony is very, very greedy over Spider-Man.
Thank you for watching my nonsense. Yes, it's been a while, but I thought I was doing an end card. So, lovely weather we're having today. If you didn't know, next episode's gonna be, well, it was already in that trailer, like, a couple weeks ago. And yeah. Also, you should probably subscribe. Not forcing you, but just take a look at this. That just seems unfair. I want to make it to 1,000 before the year ends up, and we're already 2 months in. So, do it if you want to. I don't know. And it's probably been a good while since I checked it in on Mark, but I'm pretty sure he's fine. Anyway, have a good Super Bowl weekend, everyone. And I'll see you all next time.